guys, it's Red Lightning and welcome back to another episode of Life. So we should just get started. Today's episode 16 and now let's get started. Today's song of the week is Backseat Driver by Toby Mac. I don't want to be no backseat driver. This is referring to being the driver of the car. We don't want to drive because Jesus needs to take over us. So we don't want to be the person in the backseat of the driving wheel. Steering. I think it's supposed to say steering wheel. Okay, now move on to the. Oh, sorry, just remember the song. I don't want to be no backseat driver. We'll take it over. Okay, verse of the week. Give your worries to the Lord, and He will care for you. He will never let those who are good be defeated. Psalms 55:22. He claims that a known enemy could not have had such an effect on him, but because this was his friend, his emotional guard was down. No matter what that the cause of our cares and anxiety, God calls us to cast our cares upon Him. Now let's move on to the childhood thing of the week. I'm sorry for last week's. It was being very long and it took forever to upload anyways. And I just realized I forgot to put the link in. Hopefully I don't forget today. Okay, today we'll be doing VeggieTales, Minnesota Cuke, and the search of Noah's umbrella. Opening countertop. Bob introduces the show but notices that Larry has a paper bag over his head with a frowny face. Larry explains that he was made fun of at Burger Bell for praying to God for his meal, and he feels embarrassed. Bob decides to forego the show that he had planned in order to tell the story to help cheer Larry up. Minnesota Cuke for the search for Noah's umbrella. A young Minnesota Cuke and Martin are playing hide and seek. As Cuke finds a hiding place, he overhears a group of skeletons talking as one of them says that how he stole the famous muskie of 47 from Farmer Brown. Minnesota chases after them and takes back the muskie, but stumbles after going back to his hiding spot. Years later, Minnesota chases after the skeletons to get the muskie again, only once again stumbles to make a fool out of himself again. And it was warm here and I need a hair tie. Sorry. Okay, now where was I? Minnesota heads to Mexico and meets with Julia, who has opened a new ice cream stand and sorry, I skipped something, sorry. Let me start over. Frustrated, Minnesota returns to Moose Lake Children's Museum as Martin introduces him to Humphrey Muffet. He explains that he wants to build a Bible-themed goldfish pond in his backyard, and he wants the real Noah's Ark as a decoration for the park. He says that he had sent Minnesota's former nemesis, Professor Rattan, to find the Ark, but he has been missing. Mr. Muffet gives Minnesota a copy of an ancient instruction book Rattan had followed, stating that the first clue to find the Ark is in the pyramids in Mexico. Minnesota heads to Mexico to meet with Julia, who has opened a new ice cream stand and performs in musical theater. Julia states that she had recently taken Rattan to see the pyramids. As Minnesota is set to travel to the pyramids, a group of children surround Julia's stand, asking her to perform. Minnesota tries to perform alongside her, but embarrasses himself as the audience laughs at him. Minnesota and Julia arrive at the pyramid and read the directions in the instruction book, reading that they would have to walk backwards up the stairs and up the pyramid in order to see the clue. The two do so, but are made fun of by the other tourists. Minnesota storms off, but Julia sees the clue, a checkered pattern umbrella. As the sun hits the floor near the pyramids, Julia takes a photo of the clue, but is promptly kidnapped. Minnesota chases after the kidnapper, but is only able to recover Julia's first. Minnesota calls Martin to tell him what happened and discovers a postcard from Rattan in Julia's purse, saying that he would be heading to the village of Irium, Turkey, as Minnesota finishes his call and he heads to Turkey to find Rattan and Julia. And my glasses are dirty. Sorry. Just let me clean this really quick. There we go. Okay, back to the reading. In the movie theater in Irium, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, Rattan is being held captured by his evil twin brother, Wicker. Wicker is looking for Noah's umbrella, an umbrella hidden inside the ark that he believes has power to change the weather. He asks Rattan about the location of a film that holds another clue of the location of the ark. But Rattan refuses to speak, leading Wicker to throw Julia in the same closet he has locked Rattan in. After Wicker leaves, Julia unlocks the door. I'm wearing the necklace backwards. I just realized I'm wearing my cross backwards. That's never happened before. Okay, After Wicker leaves, Julia unlocks the door with the hairpin, allowing her and Rattan to escape. Minnesota arrives in Turkey but is mocked for carrying Julia's purse. As Minnesota is being laughed at, a man who kidnapped Julia steals the instruction book from Minnesota, who chases him after to get it back. As Minnesota is searching for the book, he runs into Wicker, who he believes is Rattan. Wicker tricks Minnesota into playing the film Rattan was keeping from him, as it was sent to Minnesota to keep Wicker from finding it. As Wicker attempts to play the film, Minnesota runs into Julia and Rattan, who takes the film back and gives Minnesota the original instruction book. The instructions say to go to Canaan Inn, an old hotel in Turkey that reveals an entrance to the ark when a song and dance are performed. As the three head to the inn, they are chased by Wicker and his potato guards, and Julia locked inside the theater. Minnesota, Julia, and Rattan arrived in the inn, but Minnesota is shocked that when he learns he has to dance and sing in front of a crowd of patrons in order to reveal the entrance of the ark. Minnesota and Julia perform, but Minnesota quits as he is laughed at by the patrons. Wicker and his guards arrive at the inn, kicking out the patrons and finishing the dance. The entrance to the ark is revealed by Wicker captures Minnesota and his friends in a cage, leaving them dangling over a cliff for them to be dropped off of. Rattan asks Minnesota of a plan to escape, but Minnesota is still dwelling on being laughed at so many times. Julia compares Minnesota's actions to the actions of Noah, who were both laughing at for doing the right thing. She says that God loves around Noah, so he could ignore the teasing, and that he does the same for Minnesota. Minnesota then uses his whip to get everyone out of the cage and chase after Wicker, using the remains of the cage as sleds. Oh, my throat is dry. Sleds to travel in the icy caverns containing the umbrella. However, once they are captured by Wicker and his guards, Wicker uses Minnesota to go through the test in the cavern in order to get the umbrella, with the threat of his friends being buried by an avalanche if he doesn't. And Minnesota goes through to the first test, including giving chains to a statue of an old man and praying before eating a plate of cookies. He's laughed at by Wicker and the potato guards, but he remembers God's love and passes each test, while Wicker and the guards fall victim into cavern's traps. Minnesota reaches the final test, having to pick Noah's umbrella from the wall of umbrellas. Minnesota texts Julia about the two at the pyramids and sends him a photo of the clue at the pyramid. Minnesota picks out the correct umbrella as Wicker takes it from him, hoping it will give him the power, giving him power. After realizing it doesn't, the guards start to laugh at him, leading him to scream out loud. Wicker's scream causes an avalanche, leading everyone to flee from the caverns. As everyone escapes the caverns, Mr. Muffin shows up with Canadian Mounties and to arrest Wicker and his guards. Somewhat disappointed that they weren't unable to find Noah's Ark, Mr. Muffin reveals that Noah's umbrella offers a greater treasure, a Bible verse printed on the inside. Surely, O Lord, you bless the righteous, you surround them with your favor with his shield. The umbrella is taken to the Treasure Museum, where it is put on display. It later shows that communion has all along been the real Noah's Ark. Closing countertop. Back on the countertop, Bob notices a Larry paper bag has a smiling drawn on it instead of frowning face. Larry bag keeps changing expressions at whim, scaring Bob and leading him to throw away the bag. Bob and Larry then go over to QWERTY to read the Bible verse. Being afraid of people can get you into trouble, but if you trust the Lord, you'll be safe. Proverbs 29:25. Bob and Larry recap the moral of the story as Jimmy comes in wearing Larry's paper bag. And that is it. And this time is shorter. I am so sorry that last week was a 40-minute video. It took forever to upload also. But I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you got something out of God from this video. And you're going to be using the words in 3, 2, 1.